Okay, so remember, I'm the YouTuber. I'm the one that makes the errors so I can show you how to do it right. Alright, I do not get paid from Eastwood at all. I'm telling you this. These are actually Harbor Freight gloves, 9 mil. Get the 9 mil, don't cheap out, get the 9 mil. But this is the textured rust encapsulator I'm about to put on. But I swear by this also, if you ever see me doing a painting job or whatever that I did, and I know I get busted chops because I paint outside all the time, but if I always use and it gets all the grease, the grime, the whatever. People say, oh, you don't have to use chemicals. Works really good, and I have a lot of good painting projects that I've actually used for. Also, with that fast etch, if you can see right here, it's almost all converted already. That was the fast etch, and I used the Rust-Oleum gel that sat there longer. No, it didn't work out. Also, I used a toothbrush and I used the red scrubby. The red scrubby and the wire brush got the metal cleaner. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I might hold off and just gloss that, to tell you the truth. I might just hold off with this and gloss that right there, because that looks good right there. That right there, see that little dot right there? I gotta do that. Now let me show you a trick right here, and I gotta put the camera down in order for me to do it. This is my workroom dustpan. Ta-da-da-da, my workroom dustpan. So if I don't want to spray on the magnet, I go like that, and then I paint what I need to paint. I go like that, and I paint what I need to paint. It got a built-in handle. How about that? I'll put it down so you can see that. Let me shake this up and let it dry a little more. Okay, this is one other thing that you don't want to go over. This is your serial number. Your serial numbers, you don't want to paint over this. This is the name of the boat. If I paint over that, I really don't matter. Your stickers and your serial number, especially on a black trailer, don't paint over those. Okay, and back to the video. While I was waiting for all that to dry, I went ahead and made another dryer vent screen. So check that out. That was out of a gutter screen that I made, that dryer vent screen. Looking for my it's right there, my dustpan right there. You see, I let it dry all the way, and where I couldn't really get in, it's a little bit rust, and this right here is the rust is gone. Now how that gets wet is through here, through the top of that. That's how that gets wet. So I'm just gonna spray that the best I can, but the rain goes down through there and it sits right there. Okay, so I'm just gonna spray that the best I can. These right here, I really don't care about them getting rust encapsulated, because I don't ever plan on taking them off. Okay, but this right here, I don't want to get covered. Steve, right there, make sure I get it stand up and angled right. Alrighty, and I got this right here. So this is my dustpan from the shop, and I shooken this up pretty good. The wind is blowing towards me, believe it or not, so hopefully I don't get any of my camera. It looks exactly like the trailer. Exactly like the trailer. Awesome. So, put that here. It's the same color as the trailer. I just want the magnets. I don't want anything on the magnets. Okay, so what happened was, when I stopped to talk to you, the rust encapsulator plugged up the whole red tip of the spray can, so I had to go get another red tip of the spray can. So do not stop. Once you start spraying, you gotta keep going. Make sure everything's taped off. Alright, I apologize. Put another lid in. I am not gonna stop. We're gonna keep going. So my review of the rust encapsulator. When it was going on first in the beginning, it was fine. When I stopped to shoot the YouTube video, the lid plugged up, and then it was miserable from there until I replaced the lid. Once you start spraying with that can, you cannot stop. Okay, so the good thing, it was the same color as the trailer. It matches really good with the trailer. I did spray the R, and I did spray what I told you not to spray, the serial number. I tried to wipe it back off, so I'm glad it's etched in there, because I did wipe it kind of off right there. The reflector I should have taped off, because I gotta buy new reflectors. But see right here, that's where it started spitting out, because it got plugged up. It got plugged up, so it started spitting out. But then over in here, Everything is perfect, perfect, perfect. I did spray that right there. Man, I should have took this off before I sprayed it. See? So I did spray some on here. So when I move it back, I'm gonna have to kind of wedge it in there. I know that. Now let's go back here. So I did spray the trailer back here. You can't even tell the difference where I sprayed the trailer, but I did spray all the U-bolts that I could get to, whatever was really fast. I sprayed the, oh, I didn't know there was another frame ID right there, but I sprayed all this right. You see, I missed a spot. I could have got inside of there. Okay, but once I found out if you stop, it's gonna plug up. So this is perfect right here. There's a lot on there. Zero rust now. Zero rust. It's all coated. It's all frame coated. Let me see if I can get you over here. So I sprayed it over this whole frame right here. You see, from that side it's really good, you can see, but from this side I missed some. But it looks just like the frame. Literally looks just like the color of the frame. And this is a rust preventative or rust corrosive. I sprayed this whole frame right here. I sprayed that whole frame right there. Look at that. Same color of the frame. You cannot even tell. So when I say you got to maintain your trailer, you got to maintain your trailer. Now this looks pretty crappy. I admit that looks pretty crappy. So with your rust encapsulator, man, I just can't believe it. It started coming out really good. I paused to talk to you, and then it plugged up the tip where I had to actually replace the tip of it, and then that's how this crap happened right here. But I don't regret it, because I do everything for YouTube so people can see. So do not stop. Now this right here, you swing it in place, so that's good to go right there. You see that? I'm just gonna hit with a clear coat when I get some clear coat. I told you, do not cover your serial number. What the first thing I did, I was going so fast, I covered the R and the serial number. This right here is mostly done. You see I missed that U-bolt. I should have taped this off right here, but reflectors, you could always buy more reflectors. So when I started trying to clean this off, I just realized, you know what, I'm gonna buy more reflectors. There was that little spot right there that was rusted and exposed from the dents, and then I had another spot over here that was rusted and exposed from the dents, and you couldn't even tell. So if you were to actually take your time and cover up the B and the bay liner and cover up all your reflectors, it'll be awesome. But remember, don't stop. I stopped and I covered up my dang serial numbers, and when I stopped I plugged it up, so that's why that looks horrendous now. But it's all rust proof and rust, so I really don't mind. If from far away it still looks good, it still looks amazing. And I'd rather have overspray of rust encapsulator than rust. Okay, so I'd rather have overspray. And while we're at it, I went ahead and, like I says, if you got a cantilever fence, you pay so much money for these fences, and I always coat the areas that the rust starts on. So even if it doesn't match, it doesn't bother to me right now. You don't want the rust anywhere, because rust does. Now see this right here I didn't do yet, but that's the galvanized paint I put on that one. But I just went ahead and coated, since I had a little bit more rust encapsulator. Oh man, those are my good shorts too. And I coated up here. So this is how you defeat the rust. This was a thing on how to defeat the rust, and this was about the rust encapsulator. And Eastwood, if you're listening, you should give 2 or 3 tips, or 2 tips at least, with the rust encapsulator, and kind of say, hey, once you start spraying, if you stop, that tip is going to be no good and sputter out, because that's what happened over here. The tip just started sputtering out, and before it looked so professional, now it looks like that. The rest of the trailer looks amazing. Take care of your trailer. Do not let it rust, and cover your serial number. Let me tell you, if you take everything off, if you take your tires off, and your bunks off, and you cover your serial numbers, man, that came out really nice. It looks brand spanking new. Everything looks brand spanking new, and you don't got to worry about the rust. Awesome, awesome. I should have worked this better. I just want to fill you in. I'm walking back and forth working on another project. That looks awesome.